I'm Mr. Parker, and I live on Music Street.
Hi, hello, greetings to all you wonderful students at
Shorecrest Lower School in St. Petersburg, Florida.
It's so good to be with you today. My name is Mr. Parker. I teach elementary music at Newman School in New Orleans, Louisiana, and I am honored both as a teacher and a musician to be a featured artist at your school's
Celebrate the Arts Week.
Thank you for joining me today and letting me join you today. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's video, I think we should do something that I do with my students here in Louisiana at the beginning of just about every class. And that's warm up our bodies and get them all loosey-goosey. Not only does it help us warm up our bodies, but it also warms up our ears for listening, and it gets our brains activated. So, listen and be amazed at, first of all, my great dance moves. Secondly, be amazed at how when I sing, it almost sounds like your music teacher's voice. Weird. Anyway, let's head to the dance studio, because if there's one thing I love almost as much as music, it's dancing. You might even say, I love dancing as much as Miss Marilyn hates gluten. Let's go! Body warm up. All right, my friends, that means it's time to stand up, give yourself a little space, and match my moves. Here we go.
When I'm in space and I get bored, I know just what to do. I park my shuttle, I do my dance, I call it the spacesuit shuffle.
Put your gloves out front and then float 'em up and down. Bend your knees side to side and wiggle all around. Shimmy left, shimmy right, show 'em what you're worth. Moonwalk backwards and wave to planet Earth.
When I'm in space and I get bored, I know just what to do. I park my shuttle, I do my dance, I call it the spacesuit shuffle. Yeah!
Woo! That was fun. Pretty much the only move that was missing was a Da Vinci sunrise. Oh. The wizard is back. I have a wizard who occasionally shows up at my house and zaps me to transport me from my home to work. And I bet that's going to happen right now. Thanks, wizard! Here we are in the music room in New Orleans, Louisiana. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about percussion instruments. Yes, that's right. We're having a percussion discussion. Within the percussion, whoa, that's too close. Within the percussion family, there are 4 different subgroups of instruments. Now I have the first subgroup in my hand right here. These are called aerophones. Aerophones are a type of percussion instrument where the sound is produced by blowing air through it, like this slide whistle. You can see that if I cover up where the air comes out, it won't make a sound. And once I let go, it does. Another aerophone that I love is the party whistle. If you look closely, you can see inside of it, there's this little tiny thing spinning around. And the third one I found in my closet behind me that I don't think officially counts as an instrument, but it, I don't know, kind of is. Anybody know what this is? Do you? Do you know what that is? Let's listen and see if you can figure out if you didn't know the name of it already. This is a duck call that hunters use to lure ducks, or that elementary music teachers use in stories about ducks. That's 3 aerophones for you right now. The next subgroup of percussion instruments is that way. So I'm going to have a wizard magically transport me across the room again. Now you might be thinking, Mr. Parker, what's up with this piano? And how is that a percussion instrument? Well, you'd be kind of right. But the piano is a little bit of a percussion instrument. It falls in the subcategory or subgroup called chordophones. Chordophones. You see, a chordophone is an instrument whose sound is derived from something hitting or plucking a string. In this case, the piano has 88 keys, and each one of these keys activates one of these hammers. Watch as I press this, the hammer will strike the string behind it. Let me show you this in action. Watch up here. That, of course, was the theme song to Miss Marilyn's all-time favorite show, Sports Center. And now, let's talk membranes. Okay, sweet. Thanks, Cypress Hill. These are membranophone percussion instruments. The word membranophone is very fancy. Try to say it now. Membranophone. What that means is that these instruments make sound with a membrane or skin across the top of it that lets vibrations through but not other things through, like bugs. I have so many different types of membranophones that you could play when you come to Mr. Parker's music room, and I hope you do one day. But let's start with this one. This is a snare drum. And each of these membranophones I'll play with something different. So I'll play it with drumsticks. And you'll notice that I played not only on the membrane, but also on the drum rim. This one's cool. It's a little baby timpani, and I'll play it with mallets. Check out my little baby timpani. If you turn it or rotate it, it changes the pitch. It's very similar to a giant membranophone that way, which is called a timpani or kettle drum. Here I have a sweet drum that I'll play with my hands. But you can also play this one with mallets. And then I have this one. It's from a country in Africa called Ghana. If you look, you can see that this membrane on this membranophone is made of animal skin. Mr. Parker, what animal is it made of? I wish I could answer that for you, but these drums have been here since before Mr. Parker was here. I'll have to look that up for you though and get back to you. I'm gonna play it with these two really kind of awesome sticks. These are sort of like drumsticks, but you can see they are actual sticks. You can hit this one really hard because that membrane made of animal skin is super tough. You can also hit the side of it, which is super tough. So these are some of the more conventional membranophones, but I also have two very unconventional membranophones. Maybe Miss Marilyn has one of these, I'm not sure. This is the Thunder Tube. It's got this long string and a hollow tube. And when you shake the Thunder Tube, it vibrates the string, or it shakes the string, which then vibrates this little tiny membrane right here. And that resonates through the hollow tube to make the sound of thunder. Are you ready? And my final wacky membranophone of the day is this. I never go anywhere without a kazoo in my pocket because you never know when you're going to need one. Don't forget, kazoos save lives. This is not what you might think of when you think of a membranophone, but if you look inside of a kazoo, there's a very tiny little skin in there. And that skin, it vibrates when you push air through the tube by humming. Ready? Okay, so we've learned about aerophones, chordophones, membranophones, and now it's time to learn the last phone, banana phone. No, sorry, not banana phone. The last type of phone that we're going to learn about today is, oh, you guessed it, idiophones. Now, an idiophone is a fancy word for a percussion instrument that produces sound by vibrating the sound through its entire body. This is one of my faves. It's called a log drum. On the inside of this block of wood, it's hollow. And on top, you can see there are 6 different slits to produce 6 different sounds. And you can have a lot of fun with that. You can just go wild on that thing. Super cool. That's a log drum. This is another idiophone that vibrates through its whole body when you scrape it. It's called a whiro, you might have noticed. It looks a little bit like a fish. Here's how you play it. You can also smack it with this little thing. And you'd hear that in a lot of Latin and Caribbean music. This is a triangle, of course, and you can play it by striking it with this and it vibrates the entire triangle. You'll know this is an idiophone because you can even feel it vibrating in your hands while you hold it. And no matter where you touch it, the sound will stop when it stops vibrating. This one is super annoying, but a great attention getter for a very loud and rowdy classroom. This is called a ratchet. It vibrates through the whole body like this. I like tempo blocks because of all the idiophones, this is the one that you can use to make it sound like a horse. Or the old horse clip clop. Crash cymbal, anyone? The whole thing vibrates. Depending on where you hit it, it changes the vibrations, which changes the sound. And the last idiophone I'll show you today, although there are dozens and dozens of others, is the vibra-slap. This is super cool. You hold out your hand flat, hit it with the ball. It vibrates all the way through this rod right here. And on the inside, it makes this thing rattle against the hollow wood that encases it. Check it out. I mean, as Ms. Marilyn would say, check it out. Whoa, I'll do that again. Now I'll do it and I'll hold it up to the camera for you. Whoa. 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 Okay, that's enough. Wow, you just did a lot of learning. Now I think it's time for a little brain break. By brain break, I mean game. Okay, everyone watching this video is now a contestant in the Hi-Dee-Ho game. There are 2 responsibilities for every contestant. The first, you have to pick an elephant. There will be 1 elephant left over at the end of this game. You have to choose which elephant you think it will be. Who will you pick? The second responsibility of every contestant happens right now. I understand you've made some instruments in art class. Go retrieve those because you will use them to play this rhythmic ostinato in the middle. So pause the video, go get the instruments you made in art class. Each time I say the word elephant, whichever elephant I'm tapping, I will remove. The last elephant standing is the one that wins. But here's your job. While I'm playing the game, you use your instrument to play this ostinato. Ta, ta, ta-dee, ta. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Ta, ta, ta-dee, ta. Rest, rest. Play it with me now. Ta, ta, ta-dee, ta. Shh, 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 shh. Ta, ta, ta-dee, ta. Shh, shh. Keep it going. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the great big elephant is so slow. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. He swings his trunk from side to side as he takes the children for a ride. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. That was round 1. Is your elephant still in the game? Are you still in the game? I've changed the pattern around and now it sounds like this. Ta-dee, ta-dee, ta, ta. Shh, shh, shh. Try it with me. Ta-dee, ta-dee, ta, ta. Shh, shh. Are you playing it on your instrument? Ta-dee, ta-dee, ta, ta. Shh, 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 shh. Ta-dee, ta-dee, ta, ta. Keep it going. Here comes round 2. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the great big elephant is so slow. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. She swings her trunk from side to side as she takes the children for a ride. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. Woo! We got one round left to crown an elephant winner. Time for round 3, the last round. Woo! Check out the pattern, I've changed it. Now it's ta-dee-ta, ta-dee-ta. Rest, rest, rest. Say it with me. Ta-dee-ta, ta-dee-ta. Rest, 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 rest. Are you ready? Ready, and say it, and play it while I sing right now. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the great big elephant is so slow. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. He swings his trunk from side to side as he takes the children for a ride. Hi-Dee, Hi-Dee-Ho, the elephant is so slow. That W that I'm writing on this elephant's crown stands for winner! If you chose light blue, then you are the winner! Okay, I'm gonna have that wizard transport me back to my house now. Thanks, Wiz. Appreciate. And thank you, everybody. Start again. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of our percussion discussion. Percussion discussion. Percussion discussion? We've shared some laughs. We shared some tears. We played a game with cartoon elephants. We played our instruments that we made in art class. We learned a few things along the way. And most important of all, we saw a 37-year-old man sing a rock song through a kazoo. I hope you had as much fun as I did. It was an absolute treat. Go
Chargers.
Bye-bye.
Morga, morga.
Together we'll have it. And the striped bus or yellow cabin.
Cabin?
Right along.
Huh.